And that's it, folks. We've made it. This is the main event of the evening. We've got 357 live viewers. Once again, thank you all so much for spending your evenings here with me. My name is Clint. This is the Die Hard MMA podcast. This is Odds HQ. Make sure you give the video a retweet. Make sure you hit that like button for me. Leave a comment down below. Let me know who you cashed on last week. Let me know who you're betting on this week. And just throw me a hashtag Die Hard stimulus check if you made some money, because we're on a little bit of a heater right now. Colby Chaos Covington taking on Tyrone the Chosen One Woodley. It's finally happening. It is finally here. This fight should have been made 2 years ago for the belt. I really wish it had been, because 2 years ago, Tyrone Woodley is a completely different animal than 2020 Tyrone Woodley. So let's get some of the stuff out of the way, right? Both men coming off losses. Tyrone coming off the back-to-back losses. Made some money going on my boy Gilbert Burns the last time out on that one. And really, Tyrone Woodley was the first example I was able to pinpoint of that champion caliber fighter that probably needed to hang it up. He was the guy that I looked at when I said, you can see the hesitation. You can see them not quite wanting to pull the trigger anymore. That's the guy that developed that angle for me. I've bet on Tyrone Woodley so much over the course of his career. This man has made me so much money. And now I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing extremely well betting against him. Colby Covington went 5 rounds with Kamaru Usman, and that fight was 2-2 going into the 5th. They stood toe-to-toe, folks. They both landed 140 plus significant strikes that night. That was a war. And I want nothing more than to see Colby versus Usman 2. That fight needs to get run back. Just for our entertainment's sake. I don't even care who's going to be champion afterward. I want to watch it again. It was fireworks. His boxing, his hands are unreal. Colby Covington has speed. He has precision. He has offensive wrestling. And he has a gas tank that just don't quit. Bedroom cardio, baby. Colby Chaos Covington does not slow down. Tyrone, I gotta go ahead and show that off. Yeah, my boy Mr. Anonymous had himself a night on Saturday. Had a night. Woo! Tyrone Woodley. Bombs for hands, right? We have seen the missiles that he has unloaded on people. In fact, that's how he got the belt in the first place. Flatlined Robbie Lawler. Flatline Josh Koscheck. That's the highlight reel knockout that we're going to see a couple of times over. And actually, he landed that bomb on Darren Till. That was maybe the one time in the last 5 years that Tyrone Woodley has really let go, was when he landed that bomb on Darren Till. And then he couldn't even finish him with the punches. He had to go to the submission. Realistically, these days, Tyrone Woodley is almost a small welterweight compared to some of the guys he's fighting. I mean, I know Darren Till moved up a weight class, so maybe that's not fair. But he's just a brick shit house. So much muscle. He's a lot like Yoel Romero. He explodes, and then he has to reload. He has to stop for a minute because Tyrone Woodley cannot fight at a pace for 25 minutes. And in my opinion, that makes this fight relatively easy to handicap because Colby Covington melts people that can't stay up on him. Maybe Tyrone Woodley put a call into his buddy Kamaru Usman and got on his EPO plan and will come out looking like an absolute animal and be able to go a full 25 minutes. But I don't think so. What Colby does is inhuman, but he's got the body type for it, right? He's not overly muscular or anything like that. Guys like Usman and Woodley can't do that without a little extra help. Yes, the insinuation I'm making, you can put 2 and 2 together. Tyrone Woodley is slowing down. He's 38 years old now, and we've got our rule. You don't bet on 40-year-olds unless you've got a damn good reason. Now, Tyrone Woodley is not quite 40 yet, but we are seeing the signs of that age, and he's still fighting potentially the number 1 contender of the division. So, in my opinion, you've got to have that damn good reason here. Is that damn good reason the fact that he's training with Jorge Masvidal? He came out in an interview recently. He talked about Jorge Masvidal really kind of reinvigorating him, lighting that fire underneath him, and getting him going again. For a guy who was dead set on becoming the greatest of all time, wanting to crack George St. Pierre's record, like he got way into his rap and acting career. He fell off the wagon when it came to fighting. Can he get that fire back? George is the guy that's kicking his ass out of bed saying, bro, we got to go run. George is the guy who's kicking his ass when he gets up, pulls him off of the ground after he's resting One more round, buddy. Let's go. Like, he's getting dragged by George Masvidal. Tyron Woodley has promised that he's going to let his hands go on Saturday. He's promised that for the last 3 fights in a row, and he just never does it. Tyrone, the only reason I can believe him letting his hands go in this spot is because there's a personal investment in this fight. These two do not like each other. Now, I know Colby's got the MAGA shtick. I know he's a Trump guy. He does. That's like Cejudo being Triple C, cringy chip Triple C. Cejudo does that to piss people off. He wants you to tune in to see him lose, and he just disappoints you every single time. So you're going to come back the next time trying to see someone knock him out. Obviously, the fight with Usman being the one outlier to that situation. If Tyron Woodley comes out heated, angry, looking for vengeance, tries to knock Colby out, he's got to do it in round 1 or 2. And this is another spot, in my opinion, where if he doesn't get that early knockout, I think Colby just takes over. It's a lot like Billy Q last weekend. I think Colby Covington just has so many tools, so many weapons, so much gas in the tank that I think he will overwhelm Tyron Woodley throughout the fight. And I do think that Tyron Woodley is a clean fighter, and I think that he will slow down. We saw Gilbert Burns to him in the last fight out. He's durable enough to go ahead and last that 25 minutes. But Colby Covington has that extra incentive in this fight as well. He's trying to get back to the rematch and the title shot. He feels like he kind of got that taken from him. Whether or not that's true, not my place to judge or comment, but he wants it back. I think he's going to try really hard to get this win. And honestly, like I said, with the personal beef that these two guys have, a knockout in this fight would not surprise me. Now, I know Colby Covington, all he does is win by decision. So the smart money, I guess the easy play of the day, is to bet Colby by decision. That's minus 150. I don't like it. I mean, if it was even money, sure, maybe. If it was even money, go for it. That's the most likely outcome. But Tyron Woodley is getting old, and he got clipped by Gilbert Burns in his last fight. I think his durability is starting to go. And if he does what he says he's going to do, if he comes out and he looks for that knockout early, if he tries to put Colby away quickly, there's a good chance his gas tank doesn't hold up. And if his gas tank doesn't hold up, Colby's going to melt him in every sense of the word. I could see Colby Covington landing a knockout here, believe it or not. I could see Colby Covington doing a late knockout. And that might really be my only spot on this fight, because I think that Colby Covington is worthy of the minus 350 price tag that he's got right now. I think he's a parlay piece. If you want to throw him on as an anchor on some of your crazy shots this week, I think closing the show with Colby Covington is not a bad spot. On top of that, you're going to get plus 300 to hedge out if you feel like locking up a win on Tyron Woodley later that night. So, Colby's the pick. Lay the chalk if you want to. I think that's fine. Colby landing a finish in round 4, round 5. Your boy's probably going to sprinkle, because Colby doesn't ever finish fights. I might take the rounds 3, 4, and 5 props because I know they're going to be gigantic. Not by knockout. I will not be betting Colby by knockout in round 3 or 5. Just Colby in round 3, 4, or 5. Simply because I think Tyrone's gas tank is eventually going to fail him. Whether it's this fight or not, I don't know. But I think it's completely possible for him to get hurt, get clipped, and run out of steam. The under is also not necessarily a bad option, because if you want to keep that little opportunity in for Woodley to land the bomb, I mean, I guess go for it. You're getting plus 165 on the under 4.5. Both these guys could finish. It's possible. They could. But I can't touch Tyron Woodley here, guys. I think until Tyron Woodley gets a huge step down in competition, I can't back my boy anymore. And I was a huge supporter of Tyron Woodley for a very, very long time. But it's over. Gas Station Sushi, what's up, my friend? And yes, Woodley is getting worse every time out. He talks a big game. He talks about how he's got that fire back. He's showing training videos of him boxing in Thailand on the beach. And fact of the matter is, he's out there living the life. He's partying. He's a rock star trying to be one. And yeah, he is not the fighter that I used to bet on, so I will not do it anymore.